Hello, I'm Matthew Melton, and this is Matthew Melton's Christmas Show on YouTube. Wishing you season's greetings from the Jet City. And how many of you viewers agree that Boeing Corp should scrap and deadline the 737 MAX airliner for the insurance policies and move on into 2020 with the philosophy to build new airliners faster and better than the MAX? I'm one for sure. It's Christmas Day, 2019. And I'm here in Seattle's University District neighborhood of the University of Washington. Go Huskies and go Hawks. This home office production YouTube channel is my first grassroots home production, political commentary, and opinion show on the web, and I'm here to present my major media covered political news story, primarily within the realm of American politica. By politica, I mean referring to political situations surrounding a body of government, but also sometimes I'll deviate to the political situations that fall outside of that genre, but are popular in mainstream news media. I'm a left-leaning Democrat, but I will try to hit the middle of the road for broader appeal when I can. Hello, millennials, and hello, boomers. Thank you for viewing, and please subscribe to my channel. Click on the little red button below. And hello to all of my new viewers and subscribers. I appreciate you, and you're my constant motivation in producing the self-promoting channel. And I thank the founding fathers for the U.S. Constitution and the First Amendment from the bottom of my heart for each and every day of my life. For without the First Amendment, we free-willed Americans would have no voice, or only a censored version of our voice, which is the situation in many of the oppressed nations of our modern day and historically. Today I'm deviating from my normally intended political context show platform to talk about some holiday seasonal American commerce. You may have guessed it, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Super Saturday, the usual Christmas retail push in America. Next I want to use a quoted term, which is Commerce Day, and I'll cover where that quote originates from coming up. Thank you for viewing, and I hope that viewing my little show today mingles in well with your other YouTube viewing plans. I was out shopping on Super Saturday and Cyber Monday, and I went on those popular brick and mortar and now also internet retail shopping nights, just mainly for excursion value, to once again, with tongue-in-cheek, experience the annual precarious and opportunistic nature of it. And hey, I always need some warm socks and a few pairs of new jeans this time of the year, and some electronics too. And when I go shopping on these big retail shopping nights, I usually go to that famous big Chinese store up north of me in Linwood, Washington. You've probably heard of it. Yep, it's Walmart's, but also many others. And you can probably surmise why I refer to Linwood Walmart's as that big Chinese store. Well, it's local humor here in the Northwest where the shelves are filled with Chinese mercantile goods fresh off the boat. So here it is, another Merry Christmas today, America. Although the focus of this show, which I am dubbing as show number 1, will be about a dystopian nightmare. Happy Commerce Day in America. And I'm going to continue with my little pitch on the dystopian commercial shopping spree days that I've made to replace our peaceful family holiday time of the year. And I'm sorry that the younger generations are learning the holidays as they're currently being commercially promoted. The holidays were not formally or originally intended, for that matter, to be a time of commercial promotion of retail goods, or promoting heavy commercial greed and want for retail goods, exacerbated by commercial television, radio, commercial news media, and now the internet, and still other annual commercial advertisement programming, which has been going on at least some time since the early 1980s. It brings back memories of a prophetic twisted tale of a dystopian commercialized Christmas nightmare, which contained a cautionary message of a prophetic future that I can remember seeing as a child, where Christmas was replaced by a fictitious holiday called Commerce Day, a day receiving to replace the spirit of holiday giving and dystopian future, where the spirit of Christmas dies and was replaced with commercial greed in place of the true remembrance of the meaning of Christmas, which is the celebration of Jesus Christ, only Son of God's birthday. You might know the name of this 1978 epic nightmare, and its name is a Mac Davis Christmas special. Christmas Odyssey. It's a 2010 remake of the original 1977 version that I saw as a young child, probably in mid-December 1977. It came across to me then as a sly way to get us to regret our shopping plans and to remind us that the Yuletide season is about sharing. Back in colonial history, for example, some business people would burn Yule logs and pay their employees prevailing wages for the entire time that they burned. And that Christmas is about peace and spirit of Christianity and feelings of community and fellowship and giving. Well, then there's the formerly fictitious notion Commerce Day, which is so effectively captured in the 1977 nightmare epic Christmas prediction and Christmas Odyssey, the TV show. So now here we are at the end of the 20-teens, approaching that level of commercial greed as prophesized by the Mac Davis TV special versus the original meaning of the holiday season in America. Look it up on YouTube and Google if you're interested. Maybe some viewers out there with young children who are still in their formative years will make the choice to be proactive parents and get a copy of that old TV show for educational purposes and view it with your children and then talk to them about it and make them understand that our present day commercialism is Wall Street greed, and it has nothing to do with understanding the original giving and sharing and peaceful meaning of the holidays. Imagine just 60 years ago, none of this commercialism would have been tolerated as it exists today. It has crept up slowly on our free world capitalist nation and is comparable to a frog boiling in water. My next subject is about a conversation that I had with a higher educated gentleman, and it was on a different topic of greed, one that's been on my mind for some time now. And what I said to him was that it disturbs me deeply that in a nation of mixed ancestry and mixed religion, like our modern America, a nation of 327 million plus people, that we are being racially competed over money under Western capitalism and without social guarantees, while experiencing annual inflation, that citizens here have constitutional access to high-powered firearms with high-powered, high-capacity magazines and munitions. And I like to use the expression that we are being ground together and against one another. And that would be by capitalism, of course. By our basis and by the wheels of Western capitalism is how I wrote it. And I do not view this national debacle as being something progressive or good for posterity or good for free world politics. Do you? And I sincerely doubt that this national situation is anything that millennials, Generation X, or Generation Y can understand easily or will want to inherit. These circumstances do not promote free world unity or free world peace, and our enemies know this and can find ways to use it to their advantage. On Christmas Day, which is my 52nd one and counting, I wanted to tell all of my viewers and the nation, if they're listening, that these circumstances that we are currently living under, where races are being pitted against one another economically, under aggressive capitalism, and one where drugs and guns are readily available and guns being legal to carry with permits and under certain circumstances by the majority of adult citizens who want to carry them and by criminals who want them always because they carry them whenever they want, right? I'm highly confident that these are political and legal circumstances that younger generations in America, starting with the millennials, do not want to inherit. So, on this Christmas Day of 2019, I asked my fellow Americans, what are we going to do to change it? That's my big question for my first completed show, and this being the Yuletide season, the season of lights, the season intended for peace and sharing and family and kindness. Never mind the hype that I made about that old prophetic 1977 Mac Davis TV show story, Commerce Day, but it makes for a good argument, from my point of view, that greed is now ruining a great national holiday. A time of peace and thanks and community. What are your thoughts on this? Hit me up. I'm on Google and Facebook. Let's get some discussion going because I would like to do some follow-ups on this show and bring up the best questions, remarks, and answers. Your surnames will be omitted. I will never give them out. Only first names will ever be used here on this show, and they can be pseudonyms. I wish a very happy holiday season to my fellow Americans and to all of the free world citizens and the oppressed supporters of democracy in the oppressed world's nations, like Democrats who are currently embattled and besieged by hostile government troops in Hong Kong, who right now are struggling and giving their very lives, in many cases, in their struggle to bring about a state of self-rule and democracy for themselves, with a free constitution like America, even if autonomy is one of their underlying motivations. I believe that, for the most part, they only desire to live under a free world foundation of laws and inalienable human rights, which in America, so many of us take for granted. In my prayers for so many other peoples in so many other places in the oppressed world. And thank you for viewing my show. You are my everyday inspiration to continue with the struggle of a new YouTube channel production startup, which I admit is at times stressful and hectic to work around the rest of my workday. But you viewers make it all worth it, and I am very thankful for the opportunity provided by YouTube to get my voice out to the public, and that makes it all worth it too. So thank you abundantly, YouTube, and YouTube staff, and Google. If you like this show, please check in often for my newest YouTube presentations. I'm new to this, and I'm remaking a few of my first experimental YouTube video productions because perhaps I'm just being overly picky. I don't know exactly when, but they'll be posted within the next week or so, along with my now daily political commentary YouTube posts. Hey, I'm excited to be recording these new episodes, and I've always wanted to produce my own show. So at this time, I'd like to thank YouTube and its founders, Chad Hurley, Steve Chen, and Judd Kareem, I hope I got his name pronounced correctly, for creating this venue of World Wide Web video promotion that's now giving me the uber opportunity to practice my freedom of speech here on a youtube.com sponsored World Wide Web channel. And please hit me up with all of your questions and remarks on Facebook. I'm Matthew Melton's Democracy Show and Matthew Melton's Democracy Show on gmail.com. All one word, no apostrophe. And more venues of communication are coming soon. I'll keep you posted. And please look for me on Kickstarter and GoFundMe. I'll be starting some fresh accounts with them as an additional means to support my future goal, which is to take this show on stage. I never made it into talk radio back in 2015 as I had deeply desired, and for many reasons. But my new vision is the All-American live recorded talk show, and I plan to host one. Can you see that vision with me? Merry Christmas, America. And that's a wrap. Thanks for watching.